Embark on a journey through a nation of vast landscapes and timeless traditions. This travel documentary invites you to explore China's captivating spirit, where every corner reveals wonder, history, and unforgettable cultural experiences. Chinese women balance modern lifestyle with heritage. Chinese women often embody a graceful blend of contemporary living and deep-rooted heritage, reflecting the dynamic transformation of modern China. In bustling cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen, many are at the forefront of technology, fashion, and global business. They excel in professional fields, embrace modern conveniences, and pursue personal passions, from international travel to entrepreneurial ventures. Yet, alongside these modern pursuits, there remains a profound respect for the traditions passed down through generations. This duality creates a unique lifestyle where cutting-edge ambitions coexist with centuries-old customs. Family values remain a cornerstone of this balance. Despite busy careers and urban independence, many Chinese women place high importance on filial piety, showing care and respect for parents and elders. Festivals such as Lunar New Year or Mid-Autumn Festival are celebrated with genuine devotion, even by those who spend much of their lives immersed in global culture. Cooking traditional dishes, practicing ancestral rituals, or simply gathering for multi-generational meals demonstrates how heritage remains central to everyday life. These moments are not just obligations, they're expressions of identity and continuity. This harmony of modernity and tradition also shapes relationships and social interactions. A woman may enjoy contemporary dating practices, international cuisine, or cutting-edge art scenes while still valuing the stability and sincerity prized in Chinese culture. She might follow global fashion trends, yet choose attire that honors modesty or symbolism during important events. By navigating these worlds with ease, Chinese women illustrate how heritage can enrich a modern lifestyle rather than limit it. Their ability to bridge past and present offers a compelling glimpse into a society where innovation thrives without erasing the cultural roots that define it, making their way of life both forward-looking and deeply meaningful. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is not just a wall, but an awe-inspiring marvel of human determination and ingenuity. Spanning an incredible 21,000 kilometers, it snakes across jagged mountains, sweeping plains, and even barren deserts, blending into the landscape yet standing as a timeless reminder of China's strength. Its construction began over 2,000 years ago, with different dynasties adding their own sections, resulting in a masterpiece of stone, tamped earth, and brick that still captivates the world today. More than a defensive structure, the wall was a lifeline for ancient China, guarding against invasions while also serving as a communication and trade route. Watchtowers dotted along its length allowed soldiers to send smoke signals or fire beacons, creating one of the earliest long-distance communication systems. At the same time, its sheer presence deterred enemies, reinforcing the idea that China was a land of power, culture, and resilience. It became both a shield and a symbol of identity for the empire. Today, the Great Wall draws millions of visitors who walk its steep steps and marvel at its scale, wondering how such a colossal structure was possible without modern machinery. Some sections remain well-preserved, bustling with tourists, while others crumble silently in remote valleys, whispering stories of centuries past. Whether viewed as a military achievement, cultural treasure, or architectural wonder, the Great Wall of China stands unrivaled as one of humanity's greatest accomplishments, an eternal thread stitching together history and legend. The Terracotta Army guards the tomb of China's first emperor. Buried beneath the earth of Xi'an lies one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries of all time: the Terracotta Army. Crafted over 2,000 years ago to guard the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, this underground army consists of more than 8,000 life-sized soldiers, along with horses, chariots, and weapons. What makes it truly astonishing is that no two faces are alike. Each warrior was carefully carved with distinct expressions, hairstyles, and armor, giving them an individuality that mirrors the diversity of a real army. The purpose of this vast clay army was to protect the emperor in the afterlife, a reflection of his power and vision. Qin Shi Huang, who unified China and established its first imperial dynasty, sought to extend his reign beyond death. The soldiers were arranged in precise battle formations, ready to march at a moment's notice, while skilled artisans worked tirelessly to give them lifelike detail. Remarkably, traces of bright paint suggest that the army was once vibrantly colored, though much of the pigment has faded with time, leaving behind the iconic terracotta hue we see today. Visiting the Terracotta Army today is like stepping back in time to witness history frozen in clay. Rows upon rows of silent warriors stand guard, each with a story etched into their features. Beijing's Forbidden City. In the heart of Beijing lies the Forbidden City, an immense palace complex that once served as the seat of power for China's emperors. Built in the early 15th century during the Ming Dynasty, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a stunning example of imperial architecture and planning. Stretching across 180 acres and containing more than 9,000 rooms, it was designed to showcase the grandeur of the emperor. Every detail, from the golden roofs to the intricate carvings, reflected the wealth, authority, and cultural refinement of imperial China. For nearly 500 years, the Forbidden City remained the center of Chinese politics, ceremony, and tradition. True to its name, it was off-limits to ordinary people. Only members of the royal family, high-ranking officials, and palace staff could pass through its towering red walls. Inside, emperors ruled with divine authority, holding elaborate rituals and making decisions that shaped the course of history. The city's layout followed strict principles of harmony and order, with courtyards, halls, and gardens arranged to reflect cosmic balance and imperial supremacy. Today, the Forbidden City is open to the world as the Palace Museum, attracting millions of visitors each year. Walking through its vast courtyards and ornate halls offers a glimpse into the splendor of a bygone era, where every corner whispers stories of power, intrigue, and tradition. Once a symbol of exclusivity and mystery, it now stands as a living testament to China's rich cultural heritage and enduring legacy. China, the most populous nation on Earth. China, with a population surpassing 1.4 billion, is home to nearly 1/5 of humanity, making it the most populous nation on Earth. This staggering number brings together a mosaic of cultures, traditions, and lifestyles across a vast and varied land. From the bustling megacities like Shanghai and Beijing to the quiet mountain villages of Yunnan, every corner of the country contributes to its incredible diversity. The sheer size of its population has made China not only a demographic giant, but also a major force shaping global trends in economy, technology, and culture. The challenges and opportunities of such a large population are immense. On one hand, it provides a massive workforce that fueled China's rapid industrial growth and turned it into the world's factory. On the other hand, it has also required careful planning in areas like housing, healthcare, education, and transportation. Policies such as the former one-child rule reflect how deeply population size has influenced national decision-making. Even so, China's people have shown resilience, adapting to changes and continuing to drive the nation's progress. Culturally, China's enormous population ensures that traditions remain deeply rooted while constantly evolving. Festivals like the Chinese New Year are celebrated by hundreds of millions at once, creating waves of cultural expression felt worldwide. Meanwhile, younger generations are blending ancient customs with modern global influences, creating a dynamic society that feels both timeless and forward-looking. China, home of giant pandas. Giant pandas, with their distinctive black and white coats and gentle nature, are among the most beloved animals on the planet. Yet they exist only in the misty bamboo forests of China. These enchanting creatures are found mainly in Sichuan, Shanxi, and Gansu provinces, where thick forests and cool, damp conditions create the perfect environment for bamboo to flourish, the panda's main food source. Despite being classified as carnivores, pandas rely almost entirely on bamboo, spending hours each day munching on stalks and leaves to sustain their large frames. For centuries, pandas have been a symbol of peace, harmony, and resilience in Chinese culture. Today, they also serve as global ambassadors of wildlife conservation. Once on the brink of extinction due to habitat loss and declining food sources, giant pandas have made a remarkable comeback thanks to China's dedicated conservation efforts. Nature reserves, breeding programs, and strict protection laws have helped increase their population, leading to their status being downgraded from endangered to vulnerable. This success story has made the panda a shining example of what human dedication can achieve in preserving biodiversity. Beyond conservation, pandas also play a role in diplomacy. China has gifted or loaned pandas to countries around the world, a practice often referred to as panda diplomacy. These furry envoys capture hearts wherever they go, reminding people of the fragile beauty of nature and the importance of protecting it. Written Chinese boasts over 50,000 characters. Written Chinese is one of the world's oldest and most complex writing systems, boasting a staggering 50,000 characters. Each character represents not just a sound, but also meaning, history, and artistry, making the script a unique blend of language and culture. Yet, despite this vast collection, only about 2,500 characters are needed for everyday reading and writing, enough to read newspapers, menus, or signs across China. This balance between the immense richness of the language and its practical simplicity allows it to be both deeply intricate and accessible at the same time. Learning Chinese characters is often compared to unlocking a puzzle or painting a picture. Many characters are pictographs, with shapes that once represented mountains, rivers, or animals. Others are ideograms, combining symbols to form more abstract meanings. Together, they create a language that is not only functional, but also visually artistic. For learners, mastering the most common characters opens a door into China's literature, history, and philosophy, connecting modern readers with texts that span thousands of years. It's a writing system that feels alive, carrying the memory of generations within every stroke. Beyond communication, written Chinese serves as a cultural bond uniting over 1 billion people across vast regions and dialects. While spoken language can vary greatly between provinces, the written script remains a shared foundation, allowing someone from Beijing to read what someone in Guangzhou writes, even if they cannot understand each other's speech. This unifying power makes Chinese characters more than just a writing system. They are the threads that weave together the identity and continuity of one of the world's oldest civilizations. the world's largest annual migration. Every year, as winter turns to spring, China witnesses the largest human migration on Earth, the Chinese New Year, or the Spring Festival. During this time, hundreds of millions of people journey back to their hometowns, reuniting with families to celebrate traditions that have lasted for thousands of years. Trains, buses, and flights overflow with travelers, and highways buzz with endless streams of cars. This mass movement, known as Chunyun, symbolizes more than just travel. It reflects the deep cultural importance of family ties in Chinese society. At the heart of the festival are cherished traditions meant to bring luck, prosperity, and happiness. Families clean their homes to sweep away bad luck, decorate doors with red couplets, and prepare lavish feasts filled with dumplings, fish, and rice cakes, each carrying symbolic meanings of wealth, unity, and good fortune. As the clock strikes midnight, fireworks and firecrackers light up the skies, believed to chase away evil spirits and welcome the new year with joy. For many, it's not only a time of reunion, but also a chance to honor ancestors and pass down age-old customs to younger generations. The celebration extends far beyond China, with communities around the globe embracing the festival through parades, dragon dances, and lantern displays. But within China itself, the emotional essence lies in the journey home. Despite the crowds and the long hours of travel, people endure it all for that precious moment of sitting together at the family table. It is this act of reunion, repeated year after year, that makes Chinese New Year not just a festival, but a powerful reminder of belonging, love, and shared heritage. The legendary Silk Road. The legendary Silk Road began in China more than 2,000 years ago, weaving its way across deserts, mountains, and seas to connect the East with the West. This sprawling network of trade routes carried more than just silk. It transported ideas, inventions, and cultures that shaped civilizations across continents. Merchants, pilgrims, and explorers journeyed along its paths, creating a vibrant exchange that turned the Silk Road into the lifeline of the ancient world. From the bustling markets of Xi'an to the ports of the Mediterranean, its reach stretched farther than any road before it. At the heart of this exchange was silk, a material so prized in Rome and beyond that it became the very symbol of luxury. But alongside silk traveled tea, porcelain, spices, and paper, each leaving an indelible mark on the societies they touched. In return, China welcomed precious stones, glassware, wool, and even knowledge of astronomy and medicine from distant lands. The Silk Road became a moving classroom of global learning, blending cultures and sparking innovations that reshaped the world. It was here that Buddhism spread into China, Islamic art influenced design, and culinary traditions fused into flavors still savored today. Even though the caravans have long disappeared, the legacy of the Silk Road remains alive. Modern highways, railroads, and trade agreements still echo the spirit of those ancient connections, while cities once central to the route continue to showcase a dazzling blend of culture. More than a trade network, the Silk Road was a symbol of unity, proving that human progress flourishes when borders give way to exchange, curiosity, and shared destiny. Tea, steeped in Chinese culture. Tea has been steeped in Chinese culture for over 4,000 years, not just as a drink, but as a way of life. According to legend, Emperor Shen Nong first discovered tea when leaves from a wild plant drifted into his boiling water, releasing a fragrance so inviting that he took a sip. From that simple beginning, tea became an integral part of Chinese society, woven into daily rituals, medicine, and philosophy. Whether enjoyed in a humble clay cup or served with precision in an elegant tea ceremony, each sip carries centuries of tradition and symbolism. Beyond its soothing taste, tea in China is deeply connected to mindfulness and respect. The Gong Fu tea ceremony, for example, emphasizes harmony, patience, and appreciation of the moment. Every detail, from the selection of leaves to the pouring of water, is a form of art, inviting participants to slow down and savor life's subtleties. Tea houses, scattered across cities and villages alike, have long served as gathering places where friends meet, ideas flourish, and generations connect. In this way, tea became more than a beverage. It grew into a bridge between people and a mirror of Chinese philosophy centered on balance and tranquility. Today, China remains the world's largest producer and consumer of tea, with varieties like green, oolong, black, and pu'er treasured around the globe. Each region imparts its own character, shaped by climate, soil, and tradition, making Chinese tea as diverse as its landscapes. For millions, the simple act of brewing tea continues to honor the past while refreshing the spirit, proving why this ancient drink still holds an unshakable place at the heart of Chinese culture. China operates the world's fastest and largest high-speed railway network, an engineering marvel that has reshaped travel across the nation. Stretching over 40,000 kilometers, these sleek trains glide through cities, farmland, and mountains at speeds reaching 350 kilometers per hour, turning what were once exhausting journeys into smooth and efficient rides. A trip that might have taken a full day by car or traditional rail can now be completed in just a few hours, making high-speed travel a part of daily life for millions of commuters, tourists, and business travelers. What makes China's high-speed rail particularly remarkable is not only its speed, but also its accessibility and scale. The network connects major megacities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou with smaller towns, bridging economic and cultural gaps across regions. Stations are designed with futuristic architecture, yet ticket prices remain surprisingly affordable, ensuring that high-speed travel isn't limited to the elite. For many, boarding one of these trains feels like stepping into the future, where comfort and technology meet seamlessly. The trains are known for their punctuality, smoothness, and eco-friendly design, offering a modern alternative to air travel. This vast network is more than just transportation. It symbolizes China's rapid development and innovation. By shrinking distances, it has brought families closer, boosted tourism, and fueled trade. Travelers can sit back, watch breathtaking landscapes blur past, and marvel at how centuries of history coexist with cutting-edge progress. China's high-speed railways stand as a shining example of how technology can revolutionize the way people connect, move, and experience a nation. Chopsticks, now an Asian dining staple, originated in China. Chopsticks, now a symbol of Asian dining, trace their roots back to China nearly 3,000 years ago. What began as simple twigs used to pick food from cooking pots eventually evolved into the elegant utensils we know today. In ancient China, cooking methods changed as food began to be cut into bite-sized pieces, making chopsticks the perfect tool for eating. Unlike knives, which were seen as symbols of aggression, chopsticks represented refinement and harmony at the dining table. Over time, they spread across Asia, becoming an integral part of culinary traditions in countries like Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. More than just utensils, chopsticks carry cultural meaning. In China, they symbolize unity and balance, with the two sticks working together as one. They are often given as wedding gifts, representing the wish that a couple will remain inseparable. Even their design has subtle symbolism. Rounded tips signify heaven, while square ends represent earth. Beyond their practical use, chopsticks reflect the artistry of craftsmanship, with some made from simple bamboo while others are carved from ivory, jade, or precious metals, used by nobles and emperors. Today, chopsticks remain an iconic part of Chinese identity, linking modern dining to centuries of tradition. From street stalls serving sizzling noodles to grand banquets featuring delicate dim sum, the act of eating with chopsticks connects people to history with every meal. Their invention not only transformed the way people eat, but also became a cultural bridge across Asia, proving that sometimes the simplest tools can hold the deepest significance. Kites were born in China. Kites, believed to have originated in China nearly 2,800 years ago, began as more than just playful objects soaring in the sky. Early Chinese innovators crafted them from silk and bamboo, using them as tools for practical purposes. They carried military messages, signaled troops, and even measured distances by calculating how far the string extended. Some were used to test wind strength before voyages, while others were sent into the skies to ward off evil spirits. What started as functional instruments soon became symbols of creativity and culture, woven deeply into Chinese life. As centuries passed, kites took on artistic and ceremonial roles. During the Tang and Song dynasties, they were decorated with vibrant colors, intricate designs, and animal shapes, transforming them into flying works of art. Kite flying became a leisure activity enjoyed during festivals, particularly during the Qingming festival, when people believed releasing kites could carry away misfortune and illness. Some kites even made sounds with attached whistles, humming like birds or singing in the wind, adding another layer of beauty to the experience. Today, kite flying remains a beloved tradition across China, especially in cities like Weifang, hailed as the kite capital of the world. The annual Weifang International Kite Festival attracts participants from around the globe, celebrating this ancient invention with modern creativity. From its origins as a tool of war and science to its role as a symbol of joy and artistry, the Chinese kite continues to capture imagination, proving that innovation and culture can soar together. The significance of the Yellow River. The Yellow River, often called the Mother River of China, has been the lifeline of the nation for thousands of years. Stretching over 5,400 kilometers, it nurtured some of the earliest Chinese civilizations, providing fertile soil for agriculture and shaping the cradle of Chinese culture. Along its banks, ancient dynasties rose, developed irrigation systems, and laid the foundations of governance, philosophy, and art. The river's yellow tint comes from the vast amounts of loess, or fine silt it carries, turning the surrounding plains into some of the most productive farmland in history. Yet, the Yellow River is not only a giver of life, but also a force of destruction. Throughout history, it has been prone to catastrophic floods, earning the title China's Sorrow. Its unpredictable shifts in course and devastating overflow have cost millions of lives, reshaping both the land and the resilience of the people who depended on it. Despite these challenges, generations of Chinese communities continued to settle and thrive near its waters, seeing it not merely as a river, but as a symbol of endurance, renewal, and identity. In modern times, the Yellow River still plays a vital role in China's economy, supporting agriculture, industry, and energy production. Efforts are being made to preserve its ecosystems, control flooding, and manage its dwindling water supply, ensuring it continues to serve future generations. Revered in poetry, song, and legend, the Yellow River remains a timeless emblem of China's history, an eternal reminder of how a river can shape the destiny of a nation. Mount Everest offers its most accessible base camp on the Chinese side. Mount Everest, the world's tallest peak at 8,848 meters, is shared between Nepal and China, with its northern face belonging to Tibet. While climbers often dream of reaching the summit, many adventurers seek the thrill of simply standing at its base. On the Chinese side, Everest offers one of the most accessible routes to its base camp, reachable by road through the rugged yet breathtaking Tibetan Plateau. Unlike the more strenuous trek required on the Nepalese side, visitors in Tibet can journey by vehicle, making it possible for travelers of all ages to experience the majesty of Everest without an arduous expedition. The Chinese Everest Base Camp sits at over 5,000 meters above sea level, where the air is thin and the landscape stark yet awe-inspiring. From here, visitors can gaze upon the mountain's towering northern face, often described as more dramatic and imposing than the southern view. Prayer flags flutter in the icy winds, monasteries dot the nearby hills, and the vast plateau stretches endlessly, offering an otherworldly glimpse into both natural grandeur and Tibetan culture. This fusion of spiritual serenity and raw power makes the Chinese side a uniquely memorable perspective of the world's highest mountain. For mountaineers, this side has historically been less crowded, but more technically challenging to climb. Yet, for travelers, it is the chance to witness Everest up close, without scaling its dangerous slopes. Standing at the edge of the Earth's rooftop, surrounded by silence broken only by the wind, is a humbling experience that leaves an everlasting mark on the soul. Thanks for exploring China's captivating spirit with us. Subscribe, like, and share to join more incredible journeys and uncover fascinating stories from the world's most awe-inspiring destinations.